Today we're going to solve some word problems and just numerical problems, but I'm going to give you a couple seconds to get your notebook out and ready, and you're going to need a pencil and your brain. Okay, so go ahead and get your notebook out to the next clean page, and I'll give you about 30 seconds to do that. Okay, looks like everybody might be finished, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Today we're going to kind of do the holiday spirit. Mary is purchasing 47 wreaths at a cost of $12.42 each. So let's assume that she's decorating for a festival. Or you know how you see wreaths going down a road on the light poles, maybe that. How much did she spend altogether on all of these wreaths? So if they each are this price and she bought this many, then what operation are you going to have to use? Multiplication is correct. So we're going to multiply these two numbers, and remember, we've talked about multiplying decimals in the past, but I'm going to remind you, you do not have to line up any decimals. So when you're setting up this problem, don't worry about lining up the decimals. Go ahead and try to set it up for me. And let's solve it together, or watch me solve it before you start working on your own, okay? And if you notice, I didn't put the amount of wreaths on the top. Now that was first in the word problem, but I put that second because it makes sense that you're going to want a lower amount of numbers on the bottom so that you have less work to do. So you're going to want to put the one with the most digits on the top, because it doesn't matter what order you put them in because of what property of multiplication. Can anyone remember? The commutative property of multiplication. So you can switch and flip-flop numbers. It's not going to mess up your product or your answer. So I went ahead and I started with my 7, and I multiplied up, over, and over, and I got this top line of work. I held my spot with the magic 0. That's why I put a happy face there, so you would see that that's the magic 0. And then I moved over to my 4, and I multiplied over to the furthest to the right, up, over. Added them together, and my solution, my question had 2 digits behind the decimal, so I needed 2 digits behind the decimal in my answer. And Mary spent $583.74 total on her wreaths. Okay? I want you to write down this little tip. There were 2 behind the decimal in the question, so there were 2 behind in the product. Okay? So don't forget that while you're working and after you solve and you get down here, you're going to have to go up and count how many digits are behind decimals in your question, so you can put that total many in your product. And don't forget your dollar sign down there. Okay, here's just a numerical question. Write this down, try to solve it for me, and go ahead and press pause. Whoever's in the front corner, press pause and come back when you're ready. Alright, I'm going to solve this with you, and we'll see how it turns out and see if you got it correct. Okay, first show your neighbor what you got, and let's see if they have any comments. So show your neighbor. Give some feedback, something positive to say. Yes, you did this correct. Ooh, this looks so nice and neat. Okay, now I'm going to solve it for you. I'm going to start here. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 6, 12, and carry my 1 here. 2 times 9, 18, plus 1, 19. Since there's nowhere else to go, it just continues here. Here's my magic holding place. Finish with my 2, so 6 times 1, 6, 6 times 6, 36, 9 times 6, 54, plus 3, 57. Add it up, 2, 8, 15, 9, 5. How many are behind the decimal in the question? 1, 2, 3 total. So 1, 2, 3 are behind it in my answer. So Can you say this answer out loud correctly? Go ahead and try. 59 and 582 thousandths. And if you can't remember what this place is called, remember that imaginary 1 here and zeros for each place. And what number do you have there? 1,000. Ooh, I got watched off, but this is what it says. Elijah ran 4.6 miles each day for a week. How far did he run altogether? And I want you to try to set this up for me, and then I will solve it with you, okay? Okay, this is how you would set up this problem. 4.6 times 7. There's 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or whatever they taught you in the kindergarten. And I want you to solve this on your own, and I'm going to check and see how you do. Thank you very much.